Hey guys, I'm the LockPicking Patrolman, and what I'm doing today is a revisit of this Bill Bacardi challenge lock, number 85, that he built on a Kabba Peaks kick cylinder. And yesterday in the video that I shared with you, I said that my biggest hang-up on this lock, trying to pick it since I got it, was the fact that I didn't know where the check pin was or if there was a check pin. And so yesterday, after I got done filming the video and got the lock all put back together and actually got it packaged up to send on to the next picker, I got to thinking, and I had searched on all of YouTube and everything to see if I could find a video of one of these as a stock lock or just another one as a challenge lock that had the check pin in it. And I know that Bill sent a similar challenge lock to Keymaster over in Germany, but honestly, I can't remember if it had a check pin in it or not, but I don't believe so. Keymaster or Bill, either one, please correct me if I'm wrong on that. But anyway, even before Keymaster picked his on video and got it posted, I went looking for videos on a Kabba Peaks cylinder, and I just couldn't find any. I don't know if people just didn't have them tagged right in YouTube or whatever, but anyway, I couldn't figure out, couldn't find a good solid reference, a good easy reference, where it showed how these locks work. And I can't remember if I said it in my video yesterday or not, but I would really like to see one of these locks as a stock lock. And that way I can see how it comes straight from the factory, because I think this is a really, really cool lock. And honestly, I had only heard about it a couple of times, and I know over on the LockPicking subreddit, that's one of their requirements. They've got like a karate belt ranking system just to give you a little bit of flair, something to work towards, some goals that are set by other members in the lock sport community, where if you want to, you can advance, and they've got certain things you can do, certain locks you can pick, certain ways you have to pick them, creating locks, challenge locks, helping others in the lock sport community, blah, blah, blah. And you get assigned like a green belt, red belt, black belt, etc. for these. Well, the Kabba Peaks is for, I believe, either their blue belt or somewhere in there. Some of the more beyond the beginning intermediate level, I should say. So other than there, that is really the only time I've ever heard anybody talk about these locks. So I figured I would do a video showing everybody what I have discovered so far about this lock. All right, enough of me waffling around. First thing, let's take a look here at the Bible. And the first thing we'll notice is that right here, this is the front. And just inside the front, you can see there is actually a little ring all the way around. It's an undercut ring. You can see my little probe there just flicks up or flicks down. And in this ring is the chamber where the check pin is set. So, and then also down here at the bottom, there is a notch right here, you can see. And I believe this notch would line up just about right where this little spur on the bottom of the key blade, when it's in the plug, and we'll look at that here in just a second, but where it would turn. And I believe that's a manner for key control. But also this little cut up here, I believe, and please somebody correct me on any of this if I'm wrong, but this little notch right here is what pushes up the check pin. And you can see I've got all the pins laid back out. Just as a side note, to the next person or peoples who pick this lock over its lifespan, please note that it does not like to be gutted just using the key. It likes to be picked and then gutted. which is the way I prefer to get locks, but anyway, just a helpful reference. So I believe what happens is this little check pin that we looked at yesterday gets pushed up just enough past the shear line here by the key. And then also in this groove, if we look at the plug here, you can see also that there is a cutout notch just right here. And if we insert the key, you can see that that little spur on the end here meets up perfectly with the ring, and then also meets up perfectly with this little part, which would explain why it doesn't like to be gutted with the key inside of it. Because this little spur on the bottom of the key blade will protrude out the bottom of the plug just enough right here to get caught inside of this little undercut or counter mill or whatever you want to call it, and it doesn't allow it to come out. Very, very cool. I think that's excellent measure for key control, and also just an added bit of pick resistance. And again, like I found out trying to get ready for this video, it keeps people who are, say, amateur locksmiths from trying to get into this, even if they do have the appropriate key. Because we can see on the key, like we did yesterday, it is stamped with a do not duplicate on there. So anyway, let's load up this check pin. What I want to do is get the camera to focus for me, and then I'm going to load up this check pin. This is the bottom one that goes here into the plug, and this first space right there. That's all I'm going to worry about. We looked at all of Mr. Bill Bacardi's beautiful pins yesterday in the video. And so today, though, we're just focusing on this check pin. So I just loaded that spring into where that check pin goes. Then I'm taking the top part of that pin, and I'm going to brush this little bit of debris off of there, slide it down in there, and I'll use a follower, push it down inside, and then we should be able just to take our plug. Actually, we can't just take our plug simply. We use a shim just like I did when I gutted the lock yesterday. And guys, honestly, yesterday was the first time that I had this lock actually picked. Like I said in that video, I've never picked any type of lock on this level. And I believe, and again, please somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that these are somewhat comparable to the Everest or Primus. Okay, well, that didn't go according to plan, but I think we can make do. There we go. All right, got it in there. Okay, so that check pin is loaded up in there. We can see that it is locked up just from that one pin. We take the key, put it in there, and it turns freely. And even when it's rotated, normally any other core, if we had just one pin loaded up in the plug and in the Bible, just a turn of the key would just pull this core out, and we'd have a pin go shooting somewhere, and pins dump out other places. We can see that's not the case with this key. So it does definitely have to be picked to be gutted, unless if you're a locksmith, which I know Mr. Bill Bacardi probably can tell us all the best way to defeat that or use a key. Anyway, try not to make the video run too long here, but anyway, I'm just going to reach up here, and I will pick that out, run this follower through, and because that top part of the check pin is tricky little devil, I'll just catch him with my hand, dump the spring out, and you can see there's the check pin that goes into the core. So anyway, guys, if you've never encountered a Kabba Peaks, this is just my understanding. Again, I've not dealt with these locks on any type of regular basis, and this is my first. So I just thought I would share my learning experience with everybody. And speaking of learning experiences, I went to a local locksmith here the other day, and I was trying to get a key made, and I asked him how much it would cost, and he told me it would cost $1 million to get a copy of a Quickset 5-pin key. And I said, "You're out of your mind." And he said, "No, I'm not." And I said, "Why do you say that?" And he said, "If I ever sold just one key at that price, I could retire that same day." So anyway, guys, thanks for bearing with me this long. Thanks for watching. And please, I want to hear your feedback. Leave it down below in the comments. All right, guys, have a great day.